The sun was setting when the sky suddenly lit up with bright fiery streaks. Captain James Miller stood on the rooftop of a high-rise building, watching as massive alien ships descended from the clouds. In moments, the city below erupted into chaos. Screams filled the air as people ran in every direction, desperate to escape the unknown threat above. Miller's heart raced as he grabbed his radio. "All units, prepare for battle," he shouted, his voice barely cutting through the panic. But no one could have been prepared for what was about to come. The alien ships unleashed waves of fire, burning everything in their path. Buildings crumbled, and entire streets were wiped out in seconds. His team was positioned in the heart of the city, ready to defend their home. But they were outmatched. The aliens moved quickly, their advanced weapons cutting through human defenses like paper. Miller's soldiers fought bravely, but each strike from the aliens sent another person falling. Miller watched in horror as a massive alien creature stepped from one of the ships. It was taller than any building, its armor glowing with an eerie light. He knew then that this wasn't just an invasion. It was the end of everything they had ever known. With the first battle lost, the survivors had no choice but to retreat. But Captain Miller vowed that humanity would not give up. This was only the beginning. After the brutal defeat, the world fell into silence. For the first time in history, humanity faced extinction. The remaining leaders gathered in a secret underground bunker, their faces grim. They knew the aliens had won the first battle, but they refused to surrender. The survival of Earth depended on them. Captain Miller, now leading a small group of soldiers, stood before the world leaders. "We can still fight," he said, his voice steady but filled with determination. "We have a chance, but only if we act fast." The soldiers and civilians had been devastated, but Miller's words sparked a glimmer of hope. The leaders shared their intelligence. Across the world, small groups of humans were hiding, waiting for their chance. In the distance, rumors of a secret base emerged, a place where humanity had secretly prepared for the war they didn't know would come. Miller and his team were given the mission to reach this base, a final hope in a world burning with alien fire. As they set out, the group encountered alien scouts. The fight was brutal, but they managed to fight their way through. However, during the battle, one soldier made a shocking discovery: a map of alien weaknesses. It was clear now that the aliens had a vulnerability, a small chance for humanity to strike back. But time was running out. The aliens were everywhere. The battle was far from over, and Earth's survival depended on the success of this mission. The team's mission was clear: infiltrate the alien-controlled city and destroy their power source. With the information they had gathered, Captain Miller and his soldiers planned their attack. The city, once full of life, now stood in ruins. Alien ships patrolled the skies, and monstrous creatures roamed the streets. It was a terrifying sight, but humanity's last hope lay within. As they snuffed through the dark alleys, the team encountered alien technology unlike anything they had ever seen. It was a strange, glowing device buried deep beneath the city, pulsing with energy. This, they believed, was the key to defeating the invaders. But getting to it wouldn't be easy. Alien forces were everywhere, and the slightest noise could give them away. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by the screech of an alien creature. The team sprinted, narrowly avoiding detection. They reached the energy source, but as they prepared to plant explosives, an alarm blared. The aliens had discovered their presence. A fierce battle erupted. The soldiers fought valiantly, but the alien forces were overwhelming. As Miller watched his team hold off the attackers, he realized they were running out of time. They couldn't afford to fail. In a desperate move, Miller gave the order to proceed with the detonation. The explosive charges were set, and the countdown began. But just as they were about to escape, the ground shook beneath their feet. The fate of the mission, and humanity, hung by a thread. The explosion rocked the city, sending shockwaves through the alien forces. The alien energy core had been destroyed, and for the first time, the tide seemed to shift. The human forces, now with a newfound strength, began to reclaim lost ground. But the aliens were not done yet. Their leader, Zorath, had been watching from his flagship. He was enraged and ready to unleash his final weapon. Captain Miller and his team regrouped, their faces tired but filled with hope. They knew this was their moment, the final battle for Earth. But as they prepared for the ultimate fight, Miller couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't over. Zorath had something more terrifying in mind. The team traveled to a massive alien warship, the heart of Zorath's fleet. The battle to reach the ship was fierce, as alien reinforcements flooded the skies. As the humans fought back, it became clear that they were facing not just aliens, but creatures bred for war. Beasts that seemed unstoppable. The team pressed on, determined to reach Zorat's command center. With every step, the soldiers faced tougher challenges. The aliens had prepared for a fight like this, but so had humanity. As they reached the ship's core, Captain Miller made a decision. This would be their last stand, and they would either win or die trying. The stage was set for the final confrontation. The fate of Earth depended on their success. The final showdown had begun. Captain Miller and his team stood face to face with Zorath, the alien commander. He was a towering figure, his armor glistening with dark energy. His cold eyes locked onto Miller's, and the two knew this fight would decide everything. Earth's survival depended on the outcome of this one battle. Zorat's voice echoed through the ship's command center. "You think you can defeat us? You are nothing but ants beneath our feet." His words were filled with arrogance, but Miller's resolve was stronger than ever. "We're more than ants," he replied, gripping his weapon tightly. "We're human." The fight began with a fierce exchange of blows. Zorat's strength was unmatched, his alien technology giving him an advantage. But Miller fought with everything he had, remembering the lives of those lost in the first battle. His soldiers fought off alien reinforcements, holding their ground while Miller faced the alien leader. Miller was badly wounded, but his determination never wavered. As the battle raged on, he found the strength to make a final desperate move. With a powerful strike, Miller shattered Zorat's armor, exposing his weak spot. The alien commander fell, defeated. With Zorat's death, the remaining alien forces were thrown into chaos. Humanity had won, but at a great cost. As the alien ships retreated, Earth's forces cheered, knowing the fight had been long and brutal. Captain Miller stood, bloody but unbroken. Earth had survived, and humanity had proven that they would never give up.